What is it that I want in church? In a previous video, I laughed as I was listening to St. Matthew's Passion and said to my mother, "That's great," as we listened to the crucifixion section on Good Friday. I don't have to go to church now. And I brought on the thought around the basis that I prefer to go to an evangelical church because I just groan, as opposed to when I go to a more, in inverted commas, intelligent Anglican church. I actually get quite riled. What is it that I want? Well, I put intelligent and inverted commas in the other one, when I was talking about the other one just a second ago. The Anglican Church, because what I want is more like what I was describing about that film about C.S. Lewis and having connection with scholarship and academia in Scotland, in Oxford. That sense of, pretty robust, but they're bashing some things out, and it's intelligent, it's developed. This tone of voice I was put on. It's intelligent, and that's what I want. I want to go to church, to the Anglican Church, and have scholars. But even the most developed scholar in these Anglican churches is just always got their agendas and responding to scenarios that are going on in the church, and they're so involved. And they've got no perspective, and they're always just, the better ones, the ones that are really intelligent, I can have a lovely conversation with, but still I want to spar with them and go, yeah, but you're still just desperately trying to cat out of this group and desperately trying to cat out of that group in order to make the church come back to life. And just be yourself. Let the Bible speak for you. Let the truth of the dialogical nature of the story of Israel and the story of how they learned, and how they're trying to say to us, learn from us. That's the idea of God, even if you see it as a dichotomy, God versus atheism. Let it speak for itself. We all want to be philosophical, and my suggestion is that if we're intelligent, you don't get into these fights, and all you need to do is just let go of that. Trying to please some other group that currently has the political edge. Be yourself, forget them, ignore them, don't have any reference to them whatsoever, don't feel you need to talk about them or bring them in. Just be a philosopher. Be a philosopher who has that vibrant conversation where you butt heads, but you basically are in an academic scenario where scholars bash things out. Yeah, something about a real sense of bashing things out. That's what I want. When do I get to bash things out? When do I get to bash anything out with anybody? Because I just try to prove some theory that they have that they're going to undo the problem in this way. It's like, no. Transcend the problem. Never try to solve the problem. The problem is some idiot who spoke before and now everybody thinks that person's God. So they're stuck with what that idiot said. transcend it, never try and connect the evangelical with the intelligent Anglican, never try to respond to the Marxist left of any kind, never try to diagnose how to get to the right from the left without ever being right. You're just trying to make up theories because you can't let go of being left. You can't be can't critique the left. You're just failing to be a philosopher in any sense. This is a short one just because I had that thought about what do I want, and I did a rather long one that was 40 minutes long. So here's a 6-minute long one to get some sense of evening that out.